Today I was able to get a smart meter removed off of my home, and I'm going to let you hear a recording of a girl that I used to date that as soon as the smart meter was removed, I would say about 10 hours after it was removed, I get a call out of the blue. These people really think we're stupid. Listen to this.
Buddy, this is Cheryl. I just thought I'd call and say hello, see how you're doing. Give me a call when you get a chance. Bye.
First of all, her voice. The voice sounds very nervous. It sounds withdrawn. So I know that something's up. I call her back and say, hey, how you doing? And I really do. I really like this person. I believe she has a really good heart. But, you know, people are choosing money over God. And they're doing things from people influencing them. Her father has a background in parish and city and government type work. I guess he's influencing her to do this, and these people are just being used. And not only that, they're forcing people to choose money over God. Like I said, what kind of a human being would spy on another human being? I've had my life turned upside down in the past 5 years. I've been spied on for as long as I can remember. Gang stalked, surveillance, just because I'm a critical, conscious thinker and that I can see things that other people can't see. See chemtrails, system of fracking, even aliens. You don't believe in aliens, I don't know what to tell you. But somehow our government is tied into some type of alien. They're not telling us. I don't know if it's multidimensional, demonic. I know that they're tied into aliens. Here's a simple theory. You watch the news every day. Every day you watch the news and you hear exactly what the government wants you to hear. But you never hear the truth. Do you know that over 2,600 people a day go missing? 2012, over 1 million people in America disappeared. If 2,600 people go missing every day, how come this is not on national news? It would take all day to broadcast everyone that goes missing. When their lips are moving, we're being lied to. These are paid actors. They're paid liars. They just lie to you. They seem to think that lying to people is their job. So does government, media, anything to do with money. There is no such thing as friendship anymore. If you want a friend, get a dog. Because friends don't exist anymore. If you think you have a friend, believe you me, money will overpower most every friendship in America today. Now, I know there's exceptions. I know I had an incredible friend when I was 18 years. But of course he was murdered by his stepfather. The city covered it up. So I had to go through this pain of losing a friend because of a jealous stepfather. I was told all about his little dealings. It was just disgusting that when the mother tried to prosecute him, she couldn't get anything done. She couldn't get any justice. So yes, I know that there are good friendships out there. But let me tell you, in the world of being spied on, the world of being gang stalked, surveillanced, you will have no friend. You can forget about friendship because money will buy any person. The day that a smart meter is removed, they make a dumb move, and I was suspicious over this person that called me. I've been suspicious of her for the past 2 years. She stayed in contact with me. And she always goes through the spill of how special of a friend I was. Well, I don't believe her. I don't believe pretty much anything anybody says when you're spied upon. And it makes you... I believe what they're really trying to create is terrorists in America. But I'm totally convinced, and I am very confident that I'm going to stand with God. I am never going to be a terrorist unless they inject me with something and poison me and knock me out and place me at the scene of a crime. So there's no way that I'm going to do what these people want me to do. But I know it's not good. And I know that anyone that deliberately destroys someone's business, destroys them financially, steals, lies, cheats. I believe they're breaking the covenant of God. And I don't believe I would ever break that covenant. And I know that I have the character. I know that the corporations that I've worked for and the companies that I've worked for, they know my character. They know that I will stand by God. Tested and tested and tested me. Every single time I've chose God over money. No matter what they do. You know, right before I left my last corporate media job, they tested me. There was a girl that they wanted to fire. Now, my boss let me know very, very well that they wanted her gone. Literally told me that he wanted her gone. So they tested me. She didn't make any sale of any contracts. Every sale that she made, it was helped. I told him when she was hired, I said, well, she's not going to make it. I recognized that right away. And they placed me as her mentor. And I was upset because I said, why would you place me with someone that I know is going to fail as a mentor? I've hired and fired people for many years in my career. I've managed hundreds of people. Even when I was in my 20s, I had 19 employees when I was 24 years old. So I know exactly personalities that work and don't work. I can identify them immediately. And my first trip with this young lady, I identified that she was very abrasive and she did not know anything about sales. I mean, nothing at all. She was probably a spook, a spy, and the reason she was placed as a mentor for me to be her mentor is so that she can spy on me. And I believe that was her pretty much only job. It was probably a subcontract of a contractor. So anyway, long story short, right at the end, and I don't care if, it's like this phone call. I don't hate people. I don't. I'll never hate anybody. Okay, you chose to spy on me, and that's very sad. And I am very sad for you. This girl that my boss hired, she was there to spy on me. That's why they placed her as my mentor. She had no sales experience whatsoever. And if she did, it was a lie. It was made up. Because immediately I know this girl cannot sell. This girl couldn't sell anything. I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, she was probably a 4 as far as looks. And this is just in my opinion. You might have think she's a 7 or whatever. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. I didn't think she was a very attractive girl, but I thought that, a lot of people as she walked up would respond to a woman, blonde hair, whatever. But as soon as she opened her mouth, it was all over. It was all over. The attention span, it was gone. And she never kept pace with the customer. She was always interrupting. And it was a disaster. I called my boss up and said, what are you doing hiring this girl? There is no way that this girl is going to make it. And I was exactly correct. I watched her career for over a year. She never sold one thing. Not one sale. Every sale she made was helped by me, or I actually did it. So anyway, she was about to get fired, and I bailed her out. I went to one of her accounts and made a major sale. The sale was done before she was actually late. And I already made the sale before she even walked in. And she knew that was going to save her. She knew that. She knew that was going to save her job. Because how long could somebody keep someone employed when they don't make a sale? I mean, this girl was employed for at least over a year. Never made a sale. And the typical person would be fired within like 3 months if they never made a sale. I mean, they would be done. This girl lasted over a year. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, this girl is a spy. She's an inside spy. That's all she is. But I still tried to save her career. And my boss called me up right after that. I mean, of course, he was a spook too. And he says, well, what happened? I said, well, you know, I made the deal. She was late. I told him the truth. I said, she showed up late, but I made the sale. And and he tells me, he says, well, yeah, you know, the regional manager wanted to know what happened. And they were just blown away that I didn't deliberately sabotage this girl's career. And I believe that, I don't know what they wanted, but it was a test. All I did was do what I thought was godlike and right. If I'm in a situation, I don't even care if I dislike the person. My personal opinion about people has nothing to do with me helping mankind, human beings. I love all human beings. I don't care what color, what race. They're God's children. And even if they don't know themselves, or they're doing really evil things, like my friend calling me up here and pretending like she's concerned about me or whatever. But and in reality, all they're doing is, you know, and then they ask direct questions. Where do you live? What do you mean, where do I? What is that? Look, if you're concerned about somebody, why would you want to know where they live? So that's the least of the conversation. And when you've been in sales as long as I did, and I know that might sound like a normal question to some people, but when you've been in sales as long as I have, and when someone is coming from the left and all of a sudden they switch to the right, you know, you identify these things. So one minute you've got this cover story that you're concerned about, you know, how I'm doing, and then next minute you switch to questions, direct questions. Now, I'm telling you, my sales and experience, and I've got awards, and I'm not bragging, but I'm just telling you, I've got trophies and awards and accomplishments throughout my career to prove. Matter of fact, please don't take this as bragging, but I'm just telling you, I don't know any person in America that's won more awards than I have. And I'm telling you, America. I have never met anyone. I wish somebody would bring it to my. But every challenge, every competition that they've placed in front of me, I've always dominated, if I wanted to. Now, a lot of times I live my career to where I would literally not work, because you get so much heat when you're on the top all the time. It is a miserable place to be. You have no idea what it's like to constantly win all these awards and competitions. It is literal hell. I mean, the people that you work with just literally treat you like hell. They pretend like you're their friend, and behind your back they are just stabbing and mocking and spitting and making fun. I mean, they're just picking you apart. Every little thing that you do wrong, they're just announcing it to people. It's unbelievable. It's like the story of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Here's this perfect man, and they found something wrong with him. It's unbelievable. And I'm not perfect at all. I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm just telling you that somehow God gave me a gift to be a teacher. This is what I was born to do. I was born on the cusp of a Pisces and Aquarius. And when you read my sign, it says that I'm a teacher. And you know, this is what your life journey is about. Your life journey is about finding yourself. And I believe that about 88%, 88 to 90% of the people in the world, they don't know themselves. They get all their information from other people. So therefore, they never contact with self. And they never make decisions for themselves. They're always influenced by other people or media or what's popular in the world. I have never fallen into that trap. And I truly believe that that's why I'm being gang-stalked. Because I believe that this world wants everybody to believe what everybody else believes. I call it the evil matrix. They want you to live in the evil matrix. Because if you step outside that matrix and you become awakened consciously, then you become the enemy of the people who control this world. Whether it's aliens, whether it's government, whether it's just secret societies, or rich people, or bankers, or oil tycoons. Everything points to the oil companies. Rothschild and Rockefeller owns oil. So, anyway, here's a story of a smart meter being removed. Every smart meter has an FM frequency privacy. They're breaking all kind of laws, invading your home. And as soon as the thing's taken off, I get a call. And they want to know where I'm at. Because they've lost their transmission. So they'll find another means of putting something on a telephone pole, of invading your privacy. Some kind of way they're going to invade that privacy. Get that communication system that they had before. Of listening in your home. I mean, your computers are so tracked. Everything you do on that computer is tracked. Everything. You guys, no matter, I'm telling you everything. Emails, texts, all your cell phones are tracked. We live in a world of surveillance. But my home, I don't want surveillance. And that's why I chose to take the smart meter off. And it also has microwave pulsing radiation, EMF, EMR, which is very dangerous to your health. So anything that Obama does, or any of these governments, or any of these, I don't know, I call them, you know, alien invader puppets. So, and if you want to see an alien invasion, all you got to do is look at your oil companies. All you have to do is look at Oppenheimer with diamonds. Then you have to look at the copper mines in Utah, gold mines, silver mines, you name it. We're being alien invaded. This planet, Mother Earth, is being raped and pillaged. The forests and the trees, water's being confiscated and poisoned. And I'm starting to believe that these puppets are in with these aliens. And maybe they're not even human, but they're getting rid of the human race. They're going to starve us out. Today there was a pig virus. Pig virus. What did I say on all my videos? They're going to raise the prices of food. They're going to kill all the farmers. And what happens today? Exactly. I mean, I can see the patterns just popping up. And what's so amazing is that I can see these patterns and I know what's going on, but no one that works for these corporations wants to listen. They are so brainwashed. All their information comes from reports. And all these reports, for example, your criminal report, your credit report, your secret work history, all this stuff comes from the same people who are poisoning your water, fracking your land, chemtrailing you, surveillancing you. It comes from the same source. Raiding your planet, invading Mother Earth, the same exact source. Your religions, the same source. Turn people against people. Sports, turn men battling men. It is literally an alien invasion happening on our planet. And humanity is so ignorant that we actually surveillance the people who know the truth. Literally, the story of Jesus Christ all over again. Crucify the ones who speak the truth. It is unbelievable. Noah, Moses, Abraham, I can go on and on down the road, Jesus Christ, they are all the enemy of these invaders and these dictators of the land. And all they were trying to do is teach you about your origin of really who you are. From the injections of your birth, from the poisons in your foods to the poisons in your waters, these people want you off of this planet. They want full control and dictatorship. And we are in, all of you are slaves. You are just 100% bad sheeple slaves. 100%. And you don't even realize it. You go to work every day. You can't pay for your kids' college. You can't pay for your house and your cars, and you're all struggling. And every day it gets worse and worse and worse. Fiat currency is raising. Oil is raising. Petrodollar. And your food prices have gone up. It is literally invasion of the body snatchers on steroids. It's unbelievable what's happening. And the people who speak the truth and know the truth, they become the enemies. The states are invading them. The police, the firemen, the electric companies, they're all in on it. It's unbelievable. I can go down and down. The banks, they want full control. And the people who are aware of what's going on, they are to be silenced at whatever cost. Whatever cost. Even if they get your friends and neighbors to hate your guts or to surveillance you. So here's a message to you guys. Your surveillance doesn't work. I know exactly that you've invaded my home, you've invaded my space, you put gas in my house, stink me out. You've put renters in my property to basically complain and file phony police reports, and so that you can establish a non-credibility of an individual based on a World Banker record. Everything's fictional. I know who I am. You can change to the media who I am. You can change what I am. You can redefine my life based on written records. But I believe that the Creator, He knows everything. And with Him, it's just you either live in darkness or you travel to the light. He's not going to get involved in our lives and our wars. A lot of people believe Jesus is coming, and I pray to God that He does. I hope that He does. But in my opinion, I believe that He created us to consciously take a stand for ourselves. A wolf doesn't follow a non-alpha. Not one species on this planet follows weak leadership, except humans. And our genetics have been altered, our minds have been altered, our bodies, for hundreds of years. And we can use that as an excuse. That's fine. Jesus said, "Forgive them, for they don't know." As you are crucifying Him. I'm telling you, the girl that called me tonight, I forgive you because you don't know what you're doing. But I promise you one thing. You will be judged. I have no control over that. I have no control over it. God is the Almighty, the All-Powerful. All I can do is just live my life seeking His wisdom. And the closer I get to His wisdom, the better I'm going to pass the test with Satan. I believe that on this planet that we can literally be completely protected by God if we serve God. If you don't serve God, you cannot be protected by God. He turns His back on His enemies, and spying on people, and daddies who get their daughters to do evil things. I think that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. There is no way that I would influence my daughter to pretend to be a friend and call someone. Hey, daughter, be fake, call a person, and pretend like you're concerned about them, and surveillance them, ask them where they're at, where they're living. Because he was disconnected from the surveillance inside his home, the illegal surveillance, breaking constitutional laws, federal laws, privacy laws. Most important, breaking God's laws. That's the most important. We are judged by our hearts, not by what mankind thinks about us. So you people that live your lives getting all your information from your friends, your family, people in high places, people with money, and media, internet, which is all controlled by very evil people. You just keep getting your information from that, because I promise you it's going to lead you to darkness, eternal darkness. I get my information from consciousness, and I seek truth. In every scenario, when I hear something on the radio or television, truly believe that the TV is the upside down cross, the upside down 5-pointed star. That's Jesus hanging upside down. The opposite of what they say is the truth. How come 2,600 Americans that are missing per day are not on the news? Because they don't want you to know about that. The only thing that's on that news is what the propaganda that this, what I call oil tycoon alien invaders, want you to know. They own the media. They own every form of media. You think you're getting the right news from FM broadcasting? You are crazy, because they own that too. The only truth that even could possibly exist is on this internet. And I tell you, they're blocking people like us. Most of you won't hear this, but I know who will hear it. And if I can't awaken you consciously by telling you the truth, and I don't know how many radio broadcasts I've done, and you people are listening to this over and over again, and you still are choosing to work for literally an alien invader, oil companies, banks, that don't care about you. They don't care about your families. They don't care about your country. They don't care about your freedom. They don't care about you at all. Pretending to care about you so that you will serve them, and they give you a fiat currency that's worth nothing. You cannot take money to heaven. And when all the money's gone, you're going to realize, and all the food and all the water and the planet has been raped and pillaged, and Mother Earth starts fighting back, you're going to realize that you cannot eat money. So why do you serve money? I am guilty of nothing. I've never harmed anyone, and I don't intend to. I don't even hate my enemies. I don't even hate you, people listening to this. I don't feel jealousy, hate, and fear like you do. I have begged all my life for God to take over my consciousness. I have sought truth ever since I was a child, passionately. All the accomplishments that I've made in my life mean nothing. To me, living my life serving my purpose of why God placed me on this planet. And that purpose is to teach people. And all you do is keep me from doing what God wants me to do. That's all you're doing. Because if, as a child, you would have allowed me to do what I was meant to do, this world would be a better place. And I know it in my heart. So you can point the finger and look at the man in the mirror like Michael Jackson. You can just look at yourself. Some of you can't. Some of you have the ego so big that you actually can. But when you peer deep, I promise you, you will turn away. God bless.